Welcome everyone. Today we will be doing an exercise to determine if various vehicles are required to follow the DOT inspection standards as outlined by the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Regulation. We have 4 company vehicle examples, and we will compare these vehicles to the commercial motor vehicle definition to make our determination. So let's go ahead and get started with a recap on what a commercial motor vehicle is and go over its definition. Recap. What is a commercial motor vehicle? A vehicle used for transporting people or property in commercial commerce with a gross vehicle weight rating or gross combination weight rating of 10,001 pounds or more, whichever is greater. A vehicle designed or used for transporting more than 8 people for compensation, including the driver. A vehicle designed or used for transporting more than 15 people, not for compensation, including the driver. A vehicle designed or used in transporting hazardous material that requires placarding. Section 393.1, Scope of the rules in this part. Section A. The rules in this part establish minimum standards for commercial motor vehicles as defined in Section 390.5 of this title. Only motor vehicles as defined in Section 390.5 and combination of motor vehicles which meet the definition of a commercial motor vehicle are subject to the requirements of this section. All requirements that refer to motor vehicles with a gross vehicle weight rating of 10,001 pounds, of below 10,001 pounds, are applicable only when the motor vehicle or combination of motor vehicles meet the definition of a commercial motor vehicle. Example 1. Joe's Window Wash Company uses a 2022 Chevy Colorado for his business. He does not pull a trailer because he can carry everything he needs in the bed of his truck. Does he need to follow the guidelines as a commercial motor vehicle? Are there any options with a gross vehicle weight rating of 10,001 pounds or more? Let's take a quick look at our chart here. The gross vehicle weight rating options for the different models of the Chevy Colorado, we see the maximum gross vehicle weight rating is 6,100 pounds. So as of right now, in the way that Joe currently uses his vehicle, he does not need to follow the commercial motor vehicle guidelines. But what if Joe did pull a trailer and its gross vehicle weight rating was 5,000 pounds? Are there any options with a gross combined weight rating of 10,001 pounds or more? If we look at our maximum trailering or our maximum towing capacity for the options of the 2022 Chevy Colorado, we can see there are several models that can be able to have the ability to pull a 5,000 pound trailer. So if we take the gross vehicle weight rating of those vehicles and we add it to the gross vehicle weight rating of the trailer, we are above the 10,001 pounds. So at that point in time, when Joe's pulling his trailer, he would be obligated to follow the commercial motor vehicle guidelines. Example 2. Trevor's Transport and Carter's Cabinets both use a 2023 Transit 350 long with a high roof for their business. Trevor transports people back and forth to the airport from a local point in the city. He has a 15-seat option. On a good day, he will fill the van to capacity, and on a slow day, he may only fill 8 seats. Carter's Cabinets will fill their van to capacity with tools and work supplies. He only has a 2-seat option, and he does not tow a trailer. Who is required to follow the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Regulations? We can see here the specs of a long T350 high. The options for seating is 2, 8, 12, 14, and 15. The gross vehicle weight range is 9,250 pounds to 9,550 pounds. And underneath that, we can see that the gross combined weight rating is 10,800 to 11,200. Now the gross combined weight rating doesn't matter because neither one of these companies use a trailer. But the only company that would be required to follow the commercial motor vehicle safety regulations would be Trevor's Transport, because he transports people for compensation of more than 8 people, even on a slow day. So at that point in time, Trevor's Transport would have to follow the commercial motor vehicle safety regulations, and Carter's Cabinets would not have to unless they decided they needed to pull a trailer. At that point in time, they would be required to follow the Federal Motor Safety Vehicle regulations. Example 3. Sally's Sod Co. is in the business of selling and installing sod and other landscape materials. Their fleet of vehicles consists of several 2024 Ram 3500 dual rail wheel crew cabs. They only pull a gooseneck trailer with a gross vehicle weight rating of 17,000 pounds when delivering materials to customers. Otherwise, they drive the truck for estimates. Looking over the specifications of the truck on the following slides, does Sally's Sod have to follow the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Regulations? If so, when are they required to? So let's take a look on the next slide. As we take a look at this chart, we can see that the 3500 with the dual rear wheels, the gross vehicle weight rating is either going to be 14,000 pounds or 13,500 pounds, depending on the powertrain platform that we go with. So at that point in time, we know that we're going to have to follow the commercial motor vehicle safety regulations. And this is without driving a trailer. So the next slide, we'll see what kind of trailer weight we can pull with this vehicle. Now on this chart here, we can see the towing specifications for the different powertrain options that we have. So for our particular truck that we were using as an example, the 8-foot box bed with the dual rail wheels, let's just say it's a 4x4. Our towing capacities can be anywhere between 14,000 pounds to 33,000 pounds, depending on the options. So again, the truck alone is going to be required to follow the commercial motor vehicle safety guidelines. And then on top of that, if we decide we want to pull a trailer and the gross vehicle weight rating is, let's see, over 26,000 pounds, 26,001 pounds, you'd be required to have a Class A CDL because of the combination of both vehicles and the combined weight rating of being 26,001 pounds or more. Okay, we are at our last example here. Bob's Building Supplies use an International HV 607 to transport customer supplies to job sites within a 50-mile radius of their warehouse. The vehicle is set up as a flatbed and they do not pull a trailer. Is Bob's Building Supplies required to follow the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Regulations? Let's take a look at our next page. As we can see here, the general overview of this particular truck, it has a gross vehicle weight rating of 25,000 pounds. So it's over the 10,001 pounds that would be required to follow those guidelines. Now on top of that, as we can see here, this vehicle is less than 26,000 pounds, 26,001 pounds. So a commercial driver's license is not required. Now, if this vehicle was to pull the trailer, then you would need to have a Class A CDL because of the combination and the gross vehicle weight rating being over 26,001 pounds. Okay, so that's the end of our presentation today. I'd like to thank everyone for joining. I hope this was informative and that you learned something from this presentation. As you can see, some vehicles may be required to follow the commercial motor vehicle safety regulations that you would not normally expect to see. Most of us are familiar with the big rigs, buses, flatbeds, but simply adding a trailer or changing what is being transported will change on who must follow those guidelines. Now, I will be making more videos in the future, so if you are interested in keeping up with DOT truck inspection content, please subscribe to this channel and let your friends and your coworkers know about us so we may be able to share this knowledge to as many people as we can. I'd like to thank you again for watching. My name is Matthew Hall. You can reach out to me at dottrucktraining@outlook.com. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, or if you just want to say hi, I'd love to get some feedback on the content I'm creating. So until next time, keep working on keeping those vehicles safe on the roadways, and we'll see you at our next video.